And welcome back to another episode of the Footy Nuffies. We're up to round 8 of the season proper, and it's good to be back. It was a good weekend of footy just gone.
Yep.
Some highlights that we'll get to later on in the episode. But first and foremost, please like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. We'd love to engage with our supporters, people that watch the channel. We really appreciate you. I think we're almost at 150 subscribers, which is good. We're getting there. Sackwatch, actually. Brad Scott's back on Sackwatch.
Yep.
Had a couple of good weeks there for the mighty Bombers, but had a bad loss there on the weekend. So he's rejoined Bossy. They're neck and neck. Don't know who's going first. You got a tip? Who's first? Who gets the chop?
Carlton loses this next game by 30 plus points. Bossy's first.
Jeepers. And they are every chance to get done by 30 points. Playing the Saints. We'll talk about the fixture, the round 8 fixture, isn't it? Towards the end of the episode. So Sackwatch is back. The ARC system's buggered, stuffed, broken.
Right.
So, a couple of things. I mean, there's been things all year.
Wasn't there that mark, but it was fully over the line when they paid it?
Yes, that was the one that I was going to bring up. So that was Rowan Marshall for St Kilda. So they paid it behind. The ball got, it was back in play. It got further up the ground, and then the umpire's blown the whistle. No one knows what for, and next minute it's because the ARC's overturned that. So they've taken the score away. They've given Rowan Marshall the ball. Now, albeit the Saints won by 100 points, it wasn't going to change the outcome of the game. But, you know, it was like a minute after the decision was made. It just absolutely atrocious. And the other one there, I don't know if you saw it, but was in the Kangaroos. It was, I think it was Griffin Logue, the Kangaroos defender. He's reaching back, see the arm, and then he's got the old fingertip on the ball, but they paid it a goal. You could clearly see like a deflection or at least some movement in the end of the fingers. And they paid it a goal, and then they won by 7 points.
But that could have changed a bit if we'd been 2
Could have, yeah, absolutely, because you know that's earlier on in the game. You know, Giants were lucky to hang on, but there was the decision not holding the ball for when Jack Darling tackled a Giants opponent. I mean, to the naked eye, it looked like it was holding the ball. The ball spilled free, and it wasn't a correct disposal. So. Anyway, the umpire is a little bit shoddy there. They got stitched up, actually, and I think the umpire who umpired that game was Nick Foote, the bloke that was in that issue there with Zach Butters a few weeks ago. Yeah, very interesting. Anyway, not alleging anything, but Greg Swan, one of the head honchos at the AFL, has come out and confirmed that the ARC will no longer be able to stop play once the ball is back in play. Yeah, so, you know, that Tom Atkins decision there the other week, probably should have been overturned and been an Adelaide free kick for the lasso rule. But if the ARC didn't review that somehow, but say if the ARC did review that, but Atkins has already played on and kicked it, got rid of it, they're not going to bring it back. So the only time they're going to use ARC now, essentially, I suppose if the umpire requests it.
So they've only got one chance to do it.
Yeah, and they've got to be quick. If the player plays on, that's it. They're not going to bring it back.
Yeah, like, but can they bring it back if the player still hasn't kicked the ball?
Yeah, if it's still, it hasn't gone back into play.
And the umpire can say swap.
Yep.
Right.
But they're going to have to be quick, aren't they? You know. Like,
yeah.
So typically we're going to see ARC mostly just for goal score reviews, essentially. But yeah, it's stuffed. ARC's buggered. Let us know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on ARC? I mean, personally, I think they're taking the footage with an iPhone 3, perhaps even a Nokia 3315 from like 2001. Maybe even 1999. It's the footage. It's often blurred. You can't even make it out like it. Anyway, never mind. It's only a multi-million-dollar game, whatever it is. But Ashy, some injury news at the Pies. Let's start with Pendles first.
Yeah.
So he's missing this week, 5-day break against the Hawks. What are your thoughts on that? Playing Anzac Day, which we'll talk about later because he was a freak. But then playing against Essendon, probably going to always beat Essendon, aren't you, Collingwood? And then, but missing Hawks, bigger game. Any thoughts there?
Probably fair, because I think he's playing his milestone big game. Well, he's equaling the record against Geelong, and then he's breaking the record against the Swan.
Yeah.
No, I meant the Eagles, I think.
Eagles at home, probably missed the Swans game as well on the road. But do you think he should have missed Anzac Day and perhaps played against the Hawks instead, like a bigger game?
No.
No?
No.
You're not worried about that?
You sort of want him to win as much games as he can leading up to the big game. Maybe they want to.
Yeah, I know. I suppose, so my thoughts are, the game's bigger than one person, albeit it's really exciting that he's going to break the record in a couple of weeks. Collingwood were always going to beat Essendon, really.
Yeah.
I would have rested him and had him ready for Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Bigger game, you need your best players up against the Hawks. But regardless, but you're right, yeah, misses this week, probably comes back and plays next week against Cats, or the following week, is it? Yeah. And then probably misses the road trip to Sydney and then plays West Coast at the MCG, where they probably have an easy win and he gets celebrated, as he should be celebrated. We'll talk about him later on. And Membry, Tim Membry, one of their only two key forwards, essentially. What's he done? Hammy. Out for 3 weeks, thereabouts. That'll be interesting, up against the Hawks. I think the Hawks win comfortably, but the Hawks are, we'll talk about them later, but I think they win comfortably. The big question on Collingwood was their ability or inability to kick goals, but they certainly reminded us on the weekend that they can kick goals. Yeah.
Who?
Collingwood. Yeah, against Essendon.
They kicked 20, right? Yeah, it's 27.
Heaps. Let's get into what's making news, albeit some of that was making news, but Oscar Allen, mate, he was injury prone at West Coast. He's got an ankle issue now that requires surgery. He's going to be out for 3 to 4 months.
Ooh.
And the injuries are just starting to mount there at Brisbane. Hipwood is still out for a little bit longer. Gardner, one of their defenders, is still out. He's from Queenscliff, by the way, down in Geelong Falcons as well. And who else there? Jared Berry, he's out still for a little while longer. And Annabelle, one of the young fellas they got there. But got a few injuries, but it doesn't seem to be causing much of an issue because they are just rolling along, aren't they? The Lions.
Is Annabelle the first name or last?
No, Dan Annabelle, isn't it? Yeah, Annabelle's the last name, surname. You got any concerns with Brisbane, or you think that'll be right? They'll just keep rolling. Yeah. I think you're right. There was a group of Football Nuffies that work for the AFL, journalists, analysts, whatever. They put together, I think it's a rolling top 25. I think it keeps changing each week. Anyway, this week they're top 25 players in the league. Last week we spoke about the most watchable players. I think I had Cozzy and you had Guinea. And Cozzy's come in at number 5, top players in the league, top 25. He's come in at number 5. And then they had Dacos at 1, Bont at 2, Heaney at 3, Butters at 4, who had a huge game against Geelong. He was unbelievable. And then Jezza at 6. So, I think it's a rolling top 25 that just, whole heap of journalists and analysts and Footy Nuffies just contribute to. But Cozzy, he's up there. He's on fire. He's so good to watch. Bums in seats operator, as we suggested last week there, Cozzy. I don't know if you saw this news, but some changes to the draft this year are being, I suppose, openly discussed, and there's a big potential for them to be implemented. So the bidding system that's been in place for a little while now on father sons and also academy players, it's going to be in there, but it's going to be very different, or it's going to be modified. So if you are the premier, you win the premiership, or you're a grand finalist. Don't know if it's going to be scaled on where you finish on the ladder, but certainly premier or grand finalist, you've got like a 40% loading on top of your bidding picks, and so it's going to be harder for you to get your father-son players and your academy players.
So that would be like Geelong, Brisbane.
Last year, yeah. So, for instance, Brisbane, so Luke Hodge's son, Cooper Hodge, he's touted as one of the next guns. I don't know if he's this year's draft or next year's draft, but just for example's sake, say he was this year's draft and let's say one of Simon Black's sons or another Ashcroft boy was also in the same draft this year, for example, okay? Another gun like Will and Levi. So they've got Cooper Hodge that he's in the Brisbane Academy or whatever, so he nominates for Brisbane. They got Levi Ashcroft's next brother, if they've got another one, geez, God help us, but he also nominates for Brisbane, obviously father-son, and Brisbane say, openly, we want to pick him up. So then they've got 2 guys, they've just won the 2026 Premiership, they've got an extra 40% loading on top of their bidding power, or 40% less, I don't know, however you look at it. So they may face the decision of, okay, Cooper wants to come to Brisbane. We want Cooper. Yeah. The Ashcrofts third brother wants to come to Brisbane, and we want him. We've only got enough draft points
To take
picks
one.
to take one. Yeah, and all of a sudden, another lesser team like you could say Richmond, although Richmond is a Big Four Melbourne team. I don't know, like a West Coast that's really struggling, but they've got a number of high draft picks to enter the draft. They can go grouse. Well, we'll bid on him first. We'll bid on Cooper. And Brisbane, you can't match us.
Why? Because
Awesome.
why? Because they've already bidded on.
Perhaps they've already bid. Yeah, just for example's sake, they've bidded on the Ashcroft or something. So because the AFL's trying to make it a fairer system for
But
all
then
the
that
clubs.
means sort of it's sad for one of those players.
Yeah.
That missed out on Brisbane.
Yeah.
And they've always wanted to be on them.
Exactly.
And they have to play for a bit of a bad club.
Exactly. Look, I'm one of those guys. I'm nostalgic in a sense that I love when the father sons like that when they play for the club that their father played for. I love that. So the idea of getting rid of it, I know some people are in the media and AFL journalists and stuff that they'd be happy to see it gone, but I'm old school in a sense that I love seeing it. I reckon it's grouse. Like it's grouse to see Libba playing for the Dogs, the Dacos boys for the Pies.
Ashford.
And, you know, Geelong's been fortunate with Gary Ablett Jr., Scarlett as well, Matty Scarlett there, one of our greatest defenders ever, Hawkins, you know, so, and, you know, I mean, selfishly, we've got sons probably coming through over the next 10 years that their dads played in premierships with Geelong over the last sort of 20 years, so you want to see them end up at Geelong if they're good enough. But anyway, again, there's another one for the comments. What do you think? Scrap the father-son rule? Or, you know, make the adjustments to the draft system that the AFL is considering. Under the pump, mate, here we go. I'll let you run through this first one. I don't know if you agree with this, but...
I do.
You do?
Yep.
Yeah, go on then.
Adelaide.
Adelaide under the pump. So, we had high hopes for them this year, didn't we? We thought they were going to be there.
Because they were the line premiers.
Yeah. But we did all... I mean, I remember having conversations with you saying that...
They're sliders.
Potential sliders... coming up with a harder draw, which they have. They have come up against a harder draw.
I don't reckon they work well with that. Because last year they had an easy draw because they've been a bit bad.
They've been down low, yeah.
Yeah.
Matty Nix, it's his 6th year in charge.
And they've got a big shot from having that big draw. But they bet Adelaide, Collingwood.
Yeah, away, which was a wonderful win. So they've got a big showdown this week. The Power has been brilliant against Hawthorn 2 weeks ago. Brilliant against Geelong. Even though they're missing Connor Rosey, they're still missing the other midfielder with the bald head. Goes in like he's tough as nails.
Wines? No.
No, Wines is there. He's got a hyphenated name. Anyway, they're still missing a few players. Ivan Soldo, he's just retired. What a career!
Wow.
He had 66 games, premiership player. Anyway, so Adelaide. Yeah, they've got Power this week. That's going to be really interesting. Obviously, it's on their home deck for both of them. Then they've got the Tigers away, the Roos at home. They probably win those two. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, although the Roos have been playing brilliantly. The Hawks away, the Cats at home, the Dogs away.
The Cats again? Cats at home?
Yep. In 6 or 7 weeks. They've got a bye in there somewhere. Geelong's probably got a bye in there as well. And then,
Wait, what? They play the Cats at home. Why don't we play them at Sydney Park?
Well, we already played them at Sydney Park. This is Adelaide I'm talking about. Yeah,
Adelaide.
sorry, I confused it with Port Power, but Port Adelaide Power. So I don't know. Do they play finals this year? Maybe perhaps they slide in for a wild card this year.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. Do they do any damage beyond the wild card round?
They might win one.
I
Because
think.
the Roos, they can get into wild cards, but they just need to play as hard as they can.
Yeah.
For the season.
Yeah. We'll talk about the Roos shortly because they were robbed on the weekend, by the way, but they got the mighty Cats, so it's going to be interesting. They haven't won down at Kardinia Park in 14 games, or 14 attempts, I think it was.
You know their last 5 games, 2 of them has been 100 points.
Against Geelong. Interesting. They're a far better side this year, though, so I think they'll be okay. The next one, again, I don't know if you agree with this one, but I'm throwing it in there. There's certainly some questions that are being asked now. Gold Coast Suns. Any concerns about their form lately?
Yeah, just they're away. They just
can't play, can they? Away.
Yeah.
At home, they're monsters.
At home, they can't be beaten.
Yeah.
Away. So,
it's like they're playing. It's like their reserve side, and it's not. But it's
Yeah, so when you play them away, you sort of. Then that sort of means like they really need to win all their home games because if they're not winning away, it's like 11 and 12 or.
Yeah, they've got 11 home games or something.
And 12 away.
Yeah, but they do. They need to win. They still need to win 3 or 4 away games to try and have them in the top 6.
You know, have they bet Richmond away?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Richmond,
one.
no. But so they've had losses to the D's and the Swans and the Hawks now. All away games.
Still, that's why they're always going to play away in finals.
Well, if they don't finish, first or second, they're going to be travelling. Unless they finish 5th or 6th, but then once you win your elimination final, then you're travelling away, aren't you, after that? But so they've lost to 3 teams that we probably think those 3 teams are going to be top 6, aren't they, the way they're going? I mean, Melbourne's the big surprise for me, but Swans and Hawks. So you do have to beat those teams, don't you, to win the premiership? You've got to beat the best, don't you? And then they've just beaten the Bombers. Like, that wasn't convincing. And that was on their home track.
I know.
And they've beaten the Eagles and Tigers, which...
But they don't beat us.
Oh,
Wow.
they smashed us and we looked second rate. I still don't know. I mean, Geelong were lucky to survive going under the pump this week, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know where Geelong's sitting at the moment, but if they lose to Kangaroos, they're definitely under the pump. But the Gold Coast next run of games, so they've got the Giants at home this weekend. This is the new team's big grand final. What do they say? Anyway, they got the Giants at home. Probably win that, don't they? Although the Giants look better. Oh, well, no, they didn't. They had Kangaroos. But they're getting some players back into their side, like Caleb Daniel.
Yeah.
I keep saying that, don't I? What's his name? Daniels.
Brent Daniel.
Yeah, I like him. Toby, what's his name? Green. He's getting more midfield minutes as well. He looks brilliant. But then they got the Saints and the Power, both in the Northern Territory. Remember when they smashed the Cats in the Northern Territory a few years ago? They're so good there, aren't they?
But they only bet the Hawks by 8 there.
Yeah, that's true.
Then the Dogs only bet them there by 10.
Yeah.
Like Geelong,
I think they win their next few. Then they got the Roos away. They probably win that, so they probably go on a 4-game winning streak here after we put them under the pump. But then they got the Lions at home, but the Lions are damn good. They got the Cats away.
Probably
lose that on the road. Hawks at home.
I reckon
Which they could win, but the Hawks they're really good. And then Freo away, so they could win 4, then lose 4. I don't know. I don't have a read on them.
I reckon they could beat the Roos.
Yeah.
No, I mean the Roos could beat them.
Yep. Let us know, under the pump or not for Adelaide and Gold Coast, or are we a bit harsh there? We can't put Carlton under the pump again. They actually showed a little bit against Freo last week, but making highlights this week, mate. There is talk about Gunston kicking 100.
Is it?
Oh, there's whispers, and there was a news article I come across, and I thought, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but now he needs to overrate 60 games.
Well, that's right. He's kicked 24 for the season. He kicked 5 on the weekend.
I think he's averaging like 4 a game or something.
Yeah, it'd be about 4, maybe 3.6 or something.
Yeah, mate, it's supposed to be or something.
If you average 4, what's that? 23 games. It's not it, is it?
No, it's 5.
Got average 5 or 4.5. Anyway.
Well, yeah, right now he's not on track.
So he's a long way off, but I mean, he's as old as anything.
Yeah.
No, he's not that old. But anyway, yeah, 5 on the weekend. Well done to him. What a performance. The Hawks just keep rolling. They're exciting. You know, like being a Cats supporter, they've beaten us in a couple of grannies over the last 30 years.
Thinking about them, they were horrible to Eastern.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like if they win the flag this year, we really have to study like what is the Hawthorn method that they're, like Sam Mitchell, what sort of method is he implementing there, and the way they've drafted players and then brought players into the club?
The way they did it, they were horrible.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
Well, it was Hawthorn, West Coast and North, always at the bottom three.
Yeah.
But now,
and you need like time for Wizard to get older, Weddle to get older, like all these guys, but.
Because right now they're so young.
And you need them to play together for a few years to really, get to know each other. The other one, we haven't spoken about it, but Will Day, there's talk about him coming back through the reserves in about 4 weeks.
Why is he playing reserve?
Oh, just to get match fitness and get him back into it. But once he's back in that side, they'll be so complete.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had Zach Merritt, they'd be my flag favourite for sure. St Kilda, first time they've won by 100 points in 11 years. And that was on the Eagles, who I think the Eagles over the last 4 years or something, there was a statistic saying the Eagles have lost by 100 points 9 times. The rest of the league, all teams combined, have only lost by 100 points seven times. You know, like it just.
So the league's lost by 9 times and they've lost by 7.
They're not. Oh, no, it's either they are 9 times, and the rest of the league, the rest of the 17 teams have only lost 7 times by 100 points. Or it's 7 and 9. But regardless, it's a damning stat. Like it's not good. So yeah, but good for Saints because notoriously they've been a boring side that don't kick too many goals. So good for them. Good for Ross Lyon. The heat's off him for a little while longer. Curnow, hard watching if you're a Carlton supporter. Curnow's kicked 7 on the weekend and he looked like he was, I don't know, Plugger Lockett or something, or Jason Dunstall, Gary Ablett Senior, Gordon Coventry perhaps. John Coleman, geez, don't stop there. Who's next? Anyway, he looked good. He's getting it's just getting delivered down his throat though, isn't it? He got so much speed on the ball, Sydney. He just loves it. Loves it getting in nice and fast. What's next there, mate?
Then the Rams at their middle, 43 and 2.
43 and 2 for a 48-year-old. That's unbelievable, isn't
48.
it? Or is he 47? He's an old bugger. Let's just say that.
Isn't he like 39 now? He's 38.
37, 38. Unbelievable. 43. First time I think he's reached over 40 disposals since 2019 or 2020 or something.
Yeah, he broke his record of touches.
Yeah, yep. Just phenomenal. You know, I'll tell you what, I was watching a little bit of the game there Saturday and I thought, you know, I think he's getting a bit past it. They're carrying him. What game was I watching? Like, when I saw he had 43 disposals, I thought, what? What was I thinking? Anyway, he was a freak. Georgiades?
Something like that.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
4 goals, 6. He could have kicked 10. Oh, I mean, Geelong's lucky not to be under the pump this week. And more importantly, their selection panel. Like, SDK managed. Is he injured? I don't know. But, like, we could have used SDK against Georgiades.
And we could have also Kola.
Koladashny managed. Could have used him. Like, the ball was coming in far too fast and we needed better defence from our midfielders.
Sometimes Jack Henry still...
He just got smashed. Yeah, he was just off. He was. But Georgiades, he's a freak. He's an absolute freak. I think West Coast might be chasing him. I think is he originally a WA boy? I'm not too sure, but yeah, Port Adelaide are going to be up against it to hold on to him. Going to have to offer him a lot of money, and then they've also got Butters that they're going to have to offer a lot of money to. So interesting times. The other one was Lockie Neal, 42 touches. Unbelievable. And I think Will Ashcroft had 36. So just putting up some big numbers there up at the Lions Den. Okay, let's have a look at the fixture, mate. We're almost through it. Pies Hawks this week. Who you got? That's Thursday night.
Hawks by 52.
52. Oh, geez, that hurts. Yeah, like in the Hawks. I mean, as I said to you there early in the episode, I would have thought Pendles plays this week and doesn't play on the Anzac Day. I get it, Anzac Day, I'd probably rather play, of course, but you know, like the objective is just to win games of footy, and Essendon was an easy beat for you. I would have thought the Hawks this week, but anyway, I'm going to the Hawks. So I'll give them by 5 goals. I reckon 30 points thereabouts. Dogs and Freo. That's in Marvel.
I know that. Yeah. Freo by 22.
Yeah, I think Freo by probably 5 goals again. Dogs have just got so many injuries. Good to see Norton playing. He's been cleared. Because that was... Did you see that incident when he landed on his head? Oh my gosh, it made me feel sick in the stomach. But my gosh, as his neck snapped. Like it was just... But he's been cleared, so he's back, which is good. Yeah, just got injuries galore. Bont played better though last week. Yeah, he had 29 and 2 or something. Yeah. Crows of Power. Here you go. This will be interesting. You go first.
But I actually think, like, this is probably from how the bench performing this year. But I'm going to do Power. Like, you know. But I'm just going to do Power by...
Oh, look.
10.
if you talk about performances over the last few weeks, yeah, power. I think Jake Saligo might be back this week, so that adds a little bit of firepower. Look, I'll go against you. I'll go Crows by 8 points. I think it'll be an absolute epic showdown. Epic.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh golly.
Ooh, okay. Well,
This could get ugly. And it's in Melbourne, but it could get ugly.
doesn't matter.
Bombers and Lions.
Yeah, Lions by 92.
92. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I think Lions by 100. I mean, I know they're pretty similar, 92 and 100, but could just get ugly. I hope I'm wrong. The Bombers were just absolutely brilliant against Gold Coast. I hope that's what we see on.
Yeah.
Eagles Tigers. This will be
the
worst game of football in years.
Why?
Oh, they're just the two worst teams. They're horrible. Anyway,
It'll still be a good game, but it'll be close.
It'll be a good, bad game.
Good, bad game.
A good, close, bad game.
Yeah, alright.
Anyway, what do you reckon?
Eagles by...
It has to be.
2.
I go Eagles by 22. I think they'll get them. In fact, it could be 42. The Tigers are so bad. Cats and Roos.
Cats by 16.
16. Yeah, I go Cats by 5 goals. It's going to be a tough game for the Cats. They have got to bounce back. They were pathetic. I know that's not nice, but it's so true. This is a big revenge game.
Who?
Blues and Saints. Big revenge game.
Why?
Oh, DeConing, Silvani. Oh, massive revenge game.
Oh, well, I'm going with the Saints by 29.
Yeah, Saints by 4 goals. The Blues are they're bad. Swans and D's. Now, interesting. This is the D's time slot, 3:15 Sunday afternoon. They love to play. That's their time. But it's not at the MCG. There's a spelling mistake. At the SCG.
Ooh, okay, well, that means I'm going for Swans.
Me too.
Swans by 32.
32. Yeah, Swans by 4 goals. And then the expansion cup, Suns versus Giants at People's Stadium. Is that what it's called? People's First Stadium. Who you got?
Suns by 11.
11. Yeah, Suns by 4 goals. Haven't been too specific tonight, have I? Nah, awesome. Well, that's that. We've still got the trophy. I've got to return that. Actually, is it Louise? Lou. Yeah, Louise. If you're watching, I'm going to bring it back. Get it back to the club. That was from the Lightning Premiership there a couple of weeks ago. How'd you go Saturday, mate? Actually, you had a couple of games. How'd you go Friday night? You filled in for a team?
Yeah, we won.
Had a good win against Armstrong Creek. You kicked a couple?
Yeah.
2. Yeah, you did try and give one off, which was very kind of you to a young boy, but I think he spilt it and then you picked it up and kicked it. So I don't blame you. At least you tried to do the nice thing.
That one was a feeling game. My actual game, we won by 128 points.
Yeah, that was geez, I didn't expect that.
That's 8 and 9 now.
But they've changed their game for this week. So instead of playing Grovedale, we're playing Newtown, and Newtown had a really strong win, didn't they, last week? So should be a good game, hopefully.
Yep.
We can report back last week. But your game for your slot side on Saturday, big win. How'd you go?
Good.
Tough down back?
Yes.
Yeah, it didn't get down there, did it? But when you're in midfield and forward, it wasn't so bad?
Yeah.
I think that probably do us. Mum wanted a quick episode. How'd we go? Ooh, thereabouts. Yep. Probably 27 minutes. Thanks again for tuning in. If you've stuck around this long, please like, subscribe to the channel. Maybe we do like a giveaway or something when we get to 200 subscribers.
What? Giveaway what?
I don't know.
What?
No. I'll have to think about a giveaway. Anyway, we'll think about it. Maybe a month or so away from that. But yep, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.